Hello, I'm Mighty Slim, and I've had a request to do Prelude, the Prelude from the song Nothing to Hide. It's titled Prelude-Nothing to Hide. This is the Prelude part from the band Spirit from their album The 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel below, Mr. Mighty Slim. And now let's get started here. I'm going to move the camera down here. You can see the guitar, hopefully a little better. And I'm going to have a tab listed below that you can, I urge you to download and or print out, and it's going to make it much easier to follow along. So I'm going to attempt to play the first part for you in its entirety, as several people have requested, and then I'll break it down for you. So here we go. Try it again. Try it again. And there you go. Alright, so let's break this down for you. We're first going to start off with a D suspended 4 chord here, which is this, right? And so the pinky, it's a regular D chord, and the pinky is going to go on the high E string here, right? And we have that. That's a D suspended 4 chord. I'm going to pick the A and the D, so this is, I'll call this the A section here. If I didn't mention before, let me mention again, I have a tab link below that I urge you to download and print out. It's going to make it much easier to follow along. Anyway, so we're going to play so this is the A riff. We're going to play the A and the E strings together. Thumb goes to the G string, then I pick the B string. Thumb goes back to the A string. So A and the E together. Thumb on the G string. Pick the B string. Thumb on the A string. Pick the high E. And then pick the G with my thumb. And the timing on that, and this will get played twice. This is the A riff, is 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Right? We're going to do that twice. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. That's the A riff. The B riff is the same thing without the pinky. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Back to the A riff twice. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. All right. So what do we just have there? We had the A riff twice, the B riff twice, the A riff twice. Now we're on to the next section. We're going to pick the D and the high E together. And remember the timing on, if I didn't describe the timing on the last section, it's 1. Let's do it one more time. Redundancy never hurts. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. Actually, start with the pinky down. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 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 There we go. Much better. All right. So now we have a regular D chord here. Pinch the A and the D together. Pinky goes, so the pinky is off there. Then the thumb goes down to the G string. Remember, on all these chords, the thumb is playing the lowest note in the chord. So we have we're pinching the A and E together. Thumb goes down to the G string. I pick the B string. Thumb goes down to the A string. I pick the high E. And then the thumb goes to the G. So it's actually what I described was incorrect. Let's correct that right now. And this is what you want to do. All right. Glad we could make a correction here, midstream here. So this is what we want to do. We're going to play the A and the E strings together. Then I'm going to pick the third then I'll pick the B string. Thumb goes to the D string. Open E string. Thumb goes to the D string. Then pick the B string. Then thumb goes to the G string. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that's better than you. It'll go better than you. All right. So once again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right. Now we're on to the next section here, and let's move the sheets. And you should be following along on the on your own little cheat sheet there. All right. So now we're going to pluck the. That's right. Actually, we were on the. We switched to the wrong sheet there. So now we have an A. Glad we corrected that as well. A lot of corrections tonight. Anyway, I'll be honest with you, you know. All right, there we go. We're good. All right, so A minor 7. So it's an A minor chord, and we have the open G string by taking our third finger off. Right. So now I'm going to pluck the A and the B strings together. Thumb goes to the D string. Pick the G string. Thumb goes back down to the A string. Pick the B string. Thumb goes to the D string, and then pick the G string. So the timing on that is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and right. That's the A minor 7, bar number 1. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and now I'm going to pick the A string, open G, D string, B string. So D string, of course, is with my thumb. So, and the timing on that is 1 and 2 and so 1 and 2 and now the third finger is going to go on the third fret of the E string. Right, I pluck that with my thumb. Then the G string, then the D string with my thumb, and then the B string with my first finger. So that section is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now I have an F chord right here. This is your garden variety F chord, and I'm going to pick the E string and the B strings together. Thumb goes to the D string. Pick the G string. Thumb goes back to the E string. Pick the B string. Thumb goes to the D string, and then we're going to pick the G string. So the timing on that is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and right. So remember, it was E and the B pinched together at the beginning there, and now I'm going to play the E string, pick the B string, thumb goes to the D string, pick the G string, thumb goes back to the E string, pick the B string, and now a second fret of the A string with my second finger. I'll play with my thumb. So the timing on the last bar we just did was 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Make sure I hit the right note. 4, right. And then we're on to the C chord. So let's combine those last two bars of F. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Now we're on to a C chord. So we have the C chord right here, and we're going to play the A string with our thumb, the D string with our thumb, pick the G string, back to the A string with our thumb, pick the B string, and now the D string with our thumb. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And now this is kind of a, it's almost like a C add 9 with a B in the bass. So my second finger's on the second fret of the A string, right here. And then the pinky is on the third fret of the B. The D and the G strings are open. And here's the chord. And we're going to play this as second fret. We're going to play the A string, rather. A string, then the D string with our thumb, the B string, pick that, back down to the A, pick the G string, and then the thumb goes on the D string. So that'll sound like 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So if we combine the C with the B there, or the C and then the C add 9 with a B in the bass, we're going to have 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Now we got the part, see what you've done to the rain and the sun. So many changes have all just begun. We're going to have 3 bars here. The first 3 bars, we're going to do 4 bars, and then the first 3 bars that I'm going to describe right now are going to get repeated. So now we're back to regular A minor. I'm going to pinch the A and the B strings together. Then the thumb goes to the D string. I pick the open B. Thumb goes to the A. Pick the G. And then I pick the D string. So that is 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Right? And now we're going to do it. Basically what's happening is this A minor chord has movable notes on the B string. Sometimes it's an open B, sometimes it's the first fret of the B, and in this case right now your pinky is going to go on the third. All the rest of the A minor chord stays down here, but now the pinky is going to go on the third fret of the B. So I'm going to pick the A and the B together, pick the G string, thumb on the B, rather thumb on the D, first finger on the B string, then open A, open B, and then my thumb goes on the D string. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's the timing. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now the third bar is the same as the first bar. Alright, so pick the A and the B together. Thumb goes on the second fret of the D. Then open B string. Thumb goes back to the A. Then the G string. And then the D string with my thumb. So that's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Right. And now we're going to pick the A and the open B together. This is bar number 4. So keep in mind the first 3 bars that we just described. So now we have the A and the B together. The thumb is going to go down on the D string. So A and the open B together. Thumb on the D string. Thumb goes back to the A string. I pick the G string. And then the thumb goes on the D string. And that will be counted as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? And that's bar number 4. And then you're going to repeat the first 3 bars that we described there. So we have, I'm going to attempt to play that whole, the whole section right there. See what you've done to the rain and the sun. So many changes have all just begun. Let's hope I play it right and not too sloppy. Here we go. So. Cool, that's right. Sounds good. Alright, now we're going to do what I like to call the G6-9 chord. Okay, and what happens here is my first finger is going to go on the B string. Actually, the D string, second fret. Second finger is going to go on the second fret of the G string. Right, and then the third finger is going to go on the third fret of the E. Alright, now I'm going to play the E and the B together. Thumb is going to go on the D string. Then thumb goes back to the E string. Right, so E and B together. Thumb on the D string. Thumb back on the E string. I pick the G string together. Pick the D string with my thumb. and then the open B. And the timing on that is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now we're gonna keep the shape. Now thumb goes on the E string, pick the G string, thumb goes to the D string, open B, thumb goes back to the E, pick the G, and then thumb goes to the D. So if we combine all those together, and let's talk about the timing on the last thing we just did, would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So if we combine the two G's that we just did, we'll have 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And now we're going to do an F major 7 chord right here. So the second finger is going to go on the first fret of the B. Second fret of the G string will get played with my pinky. Second fret of the D will get played with my third finger. And first finger is going to play the first fret of the E string. Alright, here's your F major 7 chord. So this time, picking wise, I'm going to pick the E string, thumb on the E string, thumb on the D string, pick the B string, then thumb on the E string, pick the G string, thumb on the D string, and pick the B string. So the timing on that is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and, right? The B string being the last note, right? And now the second half of this F, which is going to be pick the E string with my thumb, pick the G string by itself, then the third fret on the D. Not third fret on the D. No, it's the second fret on the D, but that's played with my thumb. So rather, so thumb on the E, pick the G string, thumb on the D string, pick the B string, then thumb on the E string, pick the G string, and then thumb on the D. Right. So the timing on that is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So if we combine the two that we just did, we have 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Let's make sure that that's not sloppy now. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Much better. All right, now we're on the home stretch here, and so now we're back to the G6-9 chord here. We're gonna pluck the E and the B strings together. Thumb goes on the D string. Pick the open B string, thumb goes back on the E, and then pick the G string, and then thumb on the D. So that's counted 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Right? So once again, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And don't forget the and. I almost did, which is the open B string there. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and now your final couple of notes here. I'm going to pick the E string with my thumb, G string, D string with my thumb, open B, and then low E string, pick the G string by itself, D string with my thumb, and that's almost it there. We have two more things, but let's combine everything there we just did. Let's talk about what we just did, and then we'll put the timing together. So the timing on that, what I just described, is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So if we combine it with the previous G, we have 1, 2, and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then I'll play either an F note or part of the F major 7, right, that we described. That goes on for 1 bar. And then we play the D chord, regular D chord, and then that's when the electric guitar starts kicking in. Anyway, there it is. I sincerely hope I described it accurately. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel below, Mr. Mighty Slim. Leave a comment, leave a thumbs up that you found this helpful, And as we like to say, we'll see y'all when the future gets here. Mighty Slim, over and out.